feel a sense of optimism. I can feel things starting to change. Some of my old habits are disappearing. Some new habits are now forming, slowly getting back into eating a more healthy and balanced diet. It's taking time, but I'm slowly starting to see the results. There's a little bit of weight gain, but the habit and the thoughts that go through my head throughout the day are now changing. How I think about things, including my cat, things are moving in the right direction. They are certainly making me much happier. I'm certainly in a better headspace moving forward, even though it is so flippin' cold outside. Sometimes it's just too cold. For me, I'll run into a lot of weather. Right now it's minus 27 Celsius, which means with the wind chill and everything else, I mean, we're in like the low minus 37 in Celsius, which is really, really, really cold. So I'm gonna go and do an experiment. I don't like this machine, but the elliptical is an alternative that I have if I don't want to go outside and run. So I'm gonna try to figure out how an elliptical trainer works with my heart rate. I mean, I was on it in the summertime, but I think I didn't really give it the time of day and it was really hard. But today I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna see what it's like. So down to the dungeon I go. This is really not the most enjoyable space. I don't have a finished basement, and anyways, let's put on the shoes and start putting in the work. Putting my shoes on to get on a machine I really don't enjoy is a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. However, going outside and going for a run is a little bit colder than I would like. So on this machine I go. All right, here we go. So, hold on a second. So now we see how it works out. I gotta keep track of my heart rate. That'd be cut short. I gotta go to work, gotta run. Not a lot of time, so it was only a quick half hour, but at least it was half hour. At least I got something in, but I gotta go. Running a half marathon for me, it's okay. It's something that I used to do quite a lot, actually. And, you know, I remember the last marathon I ran in 2019, where I ran it in 1 hour and 58 minutes. And I was like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. But I made a decision at about 10 kilometers that, like, you know what? I can run this under 2 hours. I can make that happen. And the reason that I had that ability, like that thought that I could actually achieve it, was actually I was training using the Maffetone Method for a very short period of time then. I think I was only into it for like a month and a half. And in that month and a half, I was like, you know, this is working out for me really well. And it's very sustainable. However, when I got on the start line, I was scared. I wasn't scared of the distance, but I was scared and apprehensive about what was my pace going to be? What did that look like? I had no idea, because all I was doing was running, you know, my MAF pace for a while. And when I first started off, I didn't have that confidence. This time round, I have confidence. I have confidence that that I have the ability to go that distance, and training as slow as I am, I know that that will work out. However, you know, a little bit before, like I didn't do any speed work then. I will do a little bit. I don't think there's going to be a lot in my plan, but it's just enough to get the leg turnover going, because when you run at your Maffetone pace, when you're running that slow, you kind of forget about what your legs can do, because your legs lose, I don't know, I find that my legs lose kind of speed, like my muscles kind of forget a little bit. You're not trained on the anaerobic side, like your fast twitch muscle fibers just don't have it. So if I really want to get faster at that marathon and I want to kind of shave off that 8 minutes, being consistent in my running, being consistent in forming the habit, whether it's on a elliptical machine. And see, the elliptical machine is easier than actually going out for a run because you don't have that force that's stopping you, right? Like when you run, it's all on you. Like the ground is not moving. But when you're on an elliptical machine, you're moving, and it's like you've got this momentum that's continuing to go. So yeah, you have to make the machine go, but again, the ground out here is static. Like this never moves. So I found today with my pace, you could see like a 7:34 pace. My heart rate was like a 130, 131. It was not very strenuous at all with regards to that. And that's a big reason, because when you get on the ground, man, look, this is the real deal. There's nothing helping you. There's nothing to propel you forward, nothing to take you up that hill. It's fine to train on the machines, but getting out into the real environment, onto the road that you're going to be running on, it makes a huge difference with your heart rate. So I think shaving off 8 minutes off of my half marathon time from 2 years ago, I think is very, very possible. I think it's very doable. I think it's something that I can achieve. And having my training plan in place with all of the other supporting aspects to it, I think it's going to set me up pretty well. So I've been thinking a lot about that, but the weather really kind of hit me today, and I thought that I would try the elliptical to see how that worked. However, like I said, I didn't have the amount of time that I actually should have been on the machine. So maybe I'll get a little bit more in tonight once I get home after showing some properties. Yes, it's a little cold out here. Have to wear the hat. I don't want to wear, just a beanie, so I'm wearing my realtor baseball hat today. So I think running on the elliptical is an interesting thing, specifically if you're a runner. Look, I'm no fan of the machine, but it works when it gets too cold. And right now, it's cold. It's cold in Canada. I say that a lot and I joke around, but it is true. I mean, they said it was like minus 24 to minus 27, and wind chill factor was like minus 37 in some parts. Anyways, it's kind of cold. However, putting all that aside, when you were on elliptical, my heart rate was very interesting. As I was going ahead and as I was on the elliptical for the short amount of time I was on it today, 30 minutes, I didn't plan my day very accordingly. What I noticed was, as I ran, or as I moved my legs, whatever it is that you want to call it, I noticed that my heart rate stayed extremely steady, and I found it was fairly easy to keep it steady. The one challenge I found as I went ahead and continued to go ahead and do my run, I found that my feet and my calves, for some strange reason, felt kind of out of sorts. The forefoot of my toes, like on my forefoot, it felt kind of numb, and my calves felt like they were getting a huge workout. Now, it could be because I set up my elliptical to go a little bit more on the vertical. I don't know, but the thing is I got it done. Heart rate aside, it was fairly a good run, and I was okay with that. And now I've got a fire truck coming down the street. Wow. A little bit of work is better than nothing. And, you can procrastinate and you can figure out all kinds of other things to do. other than going out and looking after your own personal fitness. However, when you put a goal on the calendar, it's a little bit different. It's kind of ownership. It's basically, it's time to put in the work, and you really can't hide from it because the time is going to disappear, and you know, you're going to line up on start line, and you have to decide whether or not you got it in you or you don't. And again, it's your own personal adventure. It's your own journey, and you are going to be running for you. But if you want to be true to you and you want to have your own goals and you want to achieve them, you know, you can decide or procrastinate like I was this morning. But wow, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous night tonight. So, and anyways, we'll welcome to Canada. They got the sleds out. Get out and don't procrastinate. Make it happen. See you on the next one, guys.